Main engine ignition, all 3 engines up and burning. 2,
To whom it may concern.
1, and liftoff.
Lift? What is this, some Hollywood liposuction? Lift? You know we ain't about all that. Welcome to the Skull and Bones Show.
Welcome to the Skull and Bones Show. We are Skull and Bones Radio.
That never gets old.
Skull and Bones Radio on iHeartRadio. Facebook, Skull and Bones Radio.
Okay, so he about to mess this up. He's already looking at me. So
no, I looked to Mick to give us the plugs on our social media. He's our social media guru. So.
Well, recently added to the social media, which I have no idea why I was given these responsibilities, since I have no idea how to run any of these. But yes, as he said, find us on Facebook, Skull and Bones Radio. Follow us on Twitter, Skull and Bones Radio. However, on Twitter, there is only one L.
So Skull with one L.
Yeah, so Skull and Bones Radio, but with only one L in the word skull. And on Instagram, follow us on Instagram as well. So we're actually going to start this new thing where if you have any Valentine's Day is coming up. So men, if you want to give a shout out to your ladies, or ladies, if you want to give a shout out to your man, just hit us up on Facebook and drop us a line saying, "Hey, my honey XXX, his birthday is on XXX, and
Jean Perrion."
Right, and just give him a shout out. And the next show, we absolutely will. And that also goes for, even if you're trying to suck up and kiss your boss's ass, you know what I'm saying? We could do that too. We can hook you up.
Just drop us a line and we'll do it over the show, right? All right, so I am Jean Perrion. I got my man to my right, Mickey 3 Jammersfield.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Mick, there is more to life than being really good looking.
Smashing, baby.
The man with the brains, the man with the whip behind the board, Matt Man.
His name is
Matt Man 100. 100! Back in the building, baby. How the hell are you?
Dang.
He always seems to have the best intros.
Give me an intro. Give me a better intro.
That's
for you
all
to
right.
play.
I'm working on something, Matt Man.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm working on something.
Oh, I'm excited now.
I'll start calling you Buttman.
So we're working on something.
Yeah, you better.
All right, so we are your talent for the day, Skull and Bones Radio. We've got a very good show lined up for everyone. We've got some holiday Valentine's Day talk, as Mick mentioned. We've also got the Super Bowl, man.
Oh, man.
How crazy was that?
So we want to congratulate the Patriots, because that was a crazy game at the end. And congratulations to Tom Brady on his not first, not second, not third, and not even fourth, but his fifth.
Wait for it. Fifth? Oh.
Fifth Super Bowl championship, baby.
Dang.
That's his fifth, man. He's officially, I think, now probably going to go down in history as the best quarterback ever.
Even more like Brett Favre?
I don't know, man.
He
I don't
was
know
really
much
good,
about
right?
that history.
Well, him and Belichick both have 5 Super Bowl wins, and apparently it's the most wins for a single person.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I think he's going to take the MVP, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I wonder how much
trophy.
he's getting paid.
Probably a lot, dude.
A lot in endorsements and just, cash money.
Well, check this out. So not only does the dude have a home out in New England, wherever, Boston or wherever their team's at, but he also has this big penthouse in the south side of Manhattan, and one of the tallest buildings on the island of Manhattan in New York City. So the dude's
Must be nice.
He's living large, bro. And not to mention his model wife. Come on, she's a model.
Giselle, right?
I thought it was Gazelle.
Gazelle?
Or Gazelle?
Giselle?
Is it Gazelle?
She looks like a gazelle. I think it's Giselle. She's a Victoria's Secret model, right?
Yeah. How crazy was that game, though, Matt? I know you were watching it with old Casey James.
Hang on. Before we get into it, let's start with Mitt. Who are you rooting for?
Oh, see, I know where this is going. Okay, well, first off, I didn't really have too much heart set in either team, but I kind of there was a part of me that really wanted the Patriots to get that fifth championship.
Mick was on the fence, literally teeter-tottering on the fence.
He's trying to call me. Okay, Zound over here is what you call a bandwagoneer. Whoever's in the lead, he's rooting for.
I'm sitting here cheering on for the team. Like Mick's like, dude, that's the Falcons. Oh well, yeah, that was a good play by them. Okay, so Mick was a bandwagoner. Matt, who are you rooting for?
Well, ever since the fourth quarter, I've been rooting for the Patriots. Baby.
He's a bet. Well, it looks like we're all bandwagoners.
I feel like once I heard that the Falcons have never won a Super Bowl, I was a Falcons fan. Like rooting for the underdog.
Oh, okay, I feel you.
And I'd like to see them win, but man, the comeback. I know you got those scores of what it was. What was it? Halftime.
Well, going into the halftime, it was 21-3. Falcons 21, New England 3.
Biggest comeback ever, by the way, in a Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, 100%. I believe. Okay, so here's the situation. So we was at this bar just down the street, and so we got to the point where we were like, all right, man, well, we pretty much already know who's going to win this game. And John, I know you know that's what we was both thinking. And so we said, all right, man, let's call it. Let's head to the station, and we'll get our work started early. And by the time we got to the station, which is only a couple miles down the road, I don't know how. This was like third quarter, by the way. I don't know how that happened, but the freaking Patriots came back and we're like, how are they almost tied? What was it, like 26 to? No, it was 20. It was 21 to 28, wasn't it, Matt?
I believe it was. Yeah, 21 because they needed that one touchdown and then
and then they got that 2-point conversion, and there was that flag thrown, and we were like, oh no, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, and
then they were tied, bro. And then it goes into overtime. It was just like, what's going on here?
Nobody would have expected that, especially Matt. You were watching it downtown.
No, at my house.
Okay.
With 50 chicken wings in my stomach about to explode.
So when you left to head to the station, what was the score at? Did you think that the Falcons?
I want to say when I left, it was 21-28.
So see, whenever
but
we got
still,
here,
you're like, oh, it's fine, no big deal. They just got to hold them for a couple minutes, and wow, how do you go into halftime like? Yep, we're gonna lose.
Right? Well, we mentioned going into the halftime show, it was 21-3, and the halftime show. We'll talk about that. Matt, do you have some audio from the halftime show?
Well, I may indeed.
It's my girl.
Let's go! The Super Bowl is what champions are made of! Hands up!
I'm telling you, man, John was drooling like all kinds of...
I'll tell you what, though. I've always been a fan of Lady Gaga.
Yeah, he was definitely a bandwagoneer today for her.
Even back in her early career, whenever she was like in the kind of the weird phase of her art.
Oh yeah, when she was wearing masks and all that stuff.
Everyone was like, "Gee, she's a freak, whatever." But I always had like a weird attraction to her. I don't know if anybody else did, but something about her I just found really attractive.
Yeah, dude, you could actually see Jean like just like drooling not off one side of his cheek but both ends.
But you know what? Like she had the tattoo on her, I believe it was her left leg.
Oh, that's what did it for you, huh?
Yeah, I was like, dang, dude, she still got it. She had her shirt was about midriff.
Oh yeah,
and you could see her belly. She's kind of nice and fit and toned.
Well, I thought she was a lot older. I thought she was like almost in her 40s, to be completely honest.
What's the age number?
She's that dirty 30, John.
Ooh, jeez.
Hey, what dirty 30 number though? And she had 30 exactly?
Yes.
She's only 30?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You lying.
Yeah, she's young.
I'm not lying.
I got to Wikipedia this.
So she only played like maybe 4 or 5 songs maybe. But she started out like in the opening song, she was on top of the building? Is that what it was? On top of the stadium?
Right. She was on top of the stadium, and there was a lot of lights in back. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, that's weird. Like, I wonder if there's a green screen. Like, that's a weird effect. Wonder how they're doing that. Then at the end, it says, drone support brought to you by Intel. And you're like, wait.
Those were drones?
Those were drones? And actually, about 300 drones were flying in formation, all controlled by a central computer that basically could tell via GPS where they were in formation. And depending on battery levels and things like that, would rearrange the drones to accomplish what they were trying to do, which was a American flag.
Yeah.
Which at first, seeing the video again, you're like, it's not as pronounced. You got 300 drones flying around, baby. How do you? But then at the end, they did like the red, the white, blue, white, red, or they did the blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, and then they did the red, obviously, other way around. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but you trying to tell me? You mean to tell me? All those lights in the back of Gaga, which eventually formed the American flag,
was drones.
Those were drones.
They're about 1 square foot a drone, so they're small drones.
Oh my god!
They're not. I think they're even smaller than the DJI Phantoms that are pretty popular.
What did it say? Like 1 square foot or something?
Yeah, 1 square foot, correct.
How big is that? Is that bigger than your dong, John?
Well, it's almost not quite, but almost. It's pretty impressive though when you think about it. 300 drones for maybe a 5 minute, maybe 5 minutes worth of use.
That was crazy.
Dude, not even. It's 30 seconds. It's only for the beginning.
Jeez.
That was nuts, though. How does that was? I thought that was. I didn't know how they were creating. I was like, what's making this universe kind of blanket in the background? That was I was tripped out by that. I had no idea those were drones. That's crazy how technology is just going faster and faster.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, this
doubling.
is 2017. So can you imagine 20 years ago? They didn't have that kind of technology.
Well, imagine 20 years from now what it's going to be.
Something crazy what's it called? Illuminate or Tupac at Coachella. He was
Oh, the hologram?
Hologram, yeah, something like that. I don't know.
They actually have a pretty good picture online where the lighting's just right. We'll put it on our webpage, all the drones flying around. It's pretty impressive. A lot of people on here, some are calling it conspiracy because one guy's like, yeah, I wonder how they got rid of the no drone zone that was placed around this 34 miles around the stadium.
I'm sure
the fly zone. But
the NFL, maybe they can buy anything they
right,
need.
when you're with the team, I don't think they care.
Well, what we were reading, they started working on that since
December,
so they had a good fair amount of time to get licenses and permits cleared and all that.
Yeah, it's not even so much that. It's like a rock star with drugs on the tour bus. Like when you roll through a state like Texas where they have a zero tolerance policy. But, when you're Slash or you're Nikki Sixx or whoever, you know what I'm saying? You just so happen to have a little pot or some, little...
They turn the other eye, especially for the Super Bowl.
Right. All you do is sign an autograph, baby, you good. You just go right off.
Here's another question. You're going to spend millions on a 30-second or a 1-minute, one-shot ad, right?
Mm-hmm.
It lots of money. What better ad is saying, oh, by the way, we can do this?
Right. And
it's Intel.
They had Pepsi as a sponsor for that, right?
Right, and then they had the drones going the Pepsi logo. You could spend all that money on the ad saying, we could do this, or you could say, yeah, we could do this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Craziness,
Look
man.
at this S.
So Gaga jumps off the building from I don't know how many feet up in the air.
Top of the building.
She had. It looks like what's it called? The thing that Pink does.
The aerobatics.
Yeah, she had aerobatics going on. She performed a lot of pyro, a lot of fire.
It was nuts too because I actually thought when she jumped, I thought she literally jumped. I didn't realize she had a cable on her because maybe I just didn't see it. But I was just
she's gonna jump to her death.
She jumps on a trampoline.
Well, that's what tripped me out because I was like, "Is this an illusion?" That crazy bee just jumped off the top of a stadium.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I was tripped out by that. But dude, it was crazy. You know what I mean? I'd like to see do a Super Bowl. I thought Gaga did really great, but I'd like to see Pink do one. Because she has a lot of hits, brother, and I think she'd just tear it up. Because she did, like you said, she does all kinds of acrobatics, and I'd like to see her spread her legs midair.
I don't know. I think Gaga did. I mean, she, her show wasn't the acrobatics were incorporated, but she did really good. I thought it was overall really, really good performance. The entertainment was on point.
Yeah, dude.
And no nip slips or vocal lip syncing. So it was good. I liked it.
I'm with you on that, but it was crazy though. So I really thought the Falcons were going to win in the beginning, and so as this
are you heartbroken as a bandwagon fan?
You know what? I think I am a little bit. But check this out though. So this was a funny idea that they started. I couldn't help but to start thinking about this. So one, you saw all these flags being thrown, and a lot of them ended up being like, okay, this is going against Falcons, and obviously, that worked in the Patriots' favor. A few interceptions going on, but this is kind of the funny thing. After the Patriots came back with that vengeance, bro, I couldn't help but wonder, okay, so if you were on the Atlanta Falcons, right, and you were expecting to win, and your girl back home was watching TV, maybe she's there, your whole family's watching, and they're expecting you to win, right?
Yeah.
And now not only do you have to go home, well, first off, I wonder what it's like to go home as a loser after something like that. Could you imagine that feeling?
Well, it's like I told you get to the point where you're so close, you can touch it, you can almost touch it.
Yeah, you're right there. You're in the lead. You're in the lead.
And I could think of a statement that would make me feel better. It's okay, baby. Let's go jump on our jet skis, get in our mansion, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, well,
we're still millionaires, even though they lost, baby.
All right, but
that goes back to Mick's point, though.
Okay, this goes right exactly. Let's go right back to my point. So let's think about this: when you a football player making millions, living in the mansions, driving Ferraris, having your jet skis on the lakefront house, right? Check this out, though. Your wife is usually like a model. I mean, you don't really marry the girl next door, high school sweetheart. You normally get the model, right? Well, isn't there like a level of superficialism that kind of comes with that? Because I'm kind of thinking.
So.
Well, that's what I think too. And so I'm thinking, once these bros go back home tonight, dude, they ain't, for one, they ain't gonna get laid. Baby's gonna be like, oh, you know what, honey, I'm not in the mood tonight. And so homeboy's gonna have to go to sleep. But my thing is, when he wakes up, is he gonna have divorce papers waiting on the bed? Like I ain't married, no loser.
The Super Bowl, it's not dying, dude.
Yeah, but it's all superficial, bro. These are all married to models and stuff.
Last thing I want to mention here is, did we watch some of the ads, some of the commercials?
Yeah. Which one really stood out for you?
Well, I'm not sure because I wasn't watching a lot of them, but I did find a couple that were interesting that were kind of taking jabs at the whole ban going on.
The ban? What do you mean?
The border ban.
Oh, so you're talking about the Budweiser commercial?
I'm not sure if I saw that.
Oh, yeah, there was a Budweiser commercial.
Bud Light, maybe.
There was a Coca-Cola one as well that was